Aujourd'hui, je vais parler de. Well, I just read that Billie Eilish thinks eating meat is wrong, and these following two statements that, I love animals and I eat meat cannot coexist. Oh, wow. This is a loaded one. I love it. Thanks, Billie, for your take. 'Cause I'm gonna rant about it. Hey, what's up, Buck here? Oh man, I guess I must have had a lot of free time because today I felt absolutely compelled to respond to Billie Eilish's recent statements. To be fair, I think she made two separate takes. I'm going to respond to each separately and maybe add a little extra at the end because that's how I do. Okay. But first, I feel like I need a preamble. I like Billie Eilish as an artist and a musician. Okay. I think she's probably pretty alright as a young person of her age group. I think she also tends to, have experienced the same kind of issue most young people face in the sense that, well, she's young, so she hasn't lived much, and because of that, she lacks perspective, let's just call it that. It's okay, though, okay. I mean, she's a musician by trade, first and foremost, and obviously, I assume she spends a lot of time on her craft, and that's why she's a great musician. But as a social commentator, I mean, okay, today we'll find out. But usually I'd argue most celebrities who start talking about social issues are just, well, tends to lean on the idiotic side and short-sightedness, okay? But hey, let me not bias my tiny, limited audience in that way just yet, right? You think I'll disagree with her, don't ya? But you should definitely watch the video because I think you might be surprised. Or not, who knows? Anyway. If you enjoy some random rants from a dude with clearly no production skills, like, subscribe, share, comment, or whatever. I'll be great regardless, because I just do these for funsies. Hit that bell icon. I have no idea where that is, but I'm asking you guys to do something, because, other people say that on YouTube. Yes, that's me, a casual hypocrite about a rather minor internet detail. Okay, so let's tackle the statement that started it all. She plainly states eating meat is inherently wrong. Ooh, yeah. So no, she is totally off her rocker. She is wrong. Humans are designed to eat meat. We are not designed to only eat meat, but we're definitely designed by whatever forces you want to believe to eat and process and enjoy meat. I mean, just look at all the weird fake meats vegetarians create even though they somehow think eating meat is wrong. Yet, they want to create fake versions of the things that already exist in nature, naturally. Like, what's up with that? If eating meat isn't the most natural thing in the world, why would anyone create mock meats of every kind? And yes, here I'm using it's natural to us as a justification for morality. Why would I need to be judged for something that I intuitively would do? Since Billie's supposedly an animal lover, I mean, would she judge a dog or a raccoon the same way? Because they certainly eat meat when they can find it. Why would a built-in feature be considered morally wrong? Now, I can understand her point of view if and only if we're talking about from the incredibly privileged Western point of view where the overabundance of calories available for rich enough people, which is even poor people in the Western world, by the way, gives people the illusion that all humans somehow have the choice to be satisfied from non-meat calories only. That's just literally not the case right now on Earth. And until that is the case, listening to some rich brat morally judge human diet as a whole, that's a joke, okay? Now we're gonna take a look at how, or rather the how, of Billie Eilish reaching that previous conclusion that I already clearly disagree with, right? Because what she said is that these two ideas, I love animals and I eat meat, cannot coexist at the same time. Now here's the funny thing. I don't disagree with this reasoning, actually. The more I think about it, the more I find this premise itself really, really stupid and impractical. And frankly, I'm not sure who in the modern world actually believes in or tells themselves that they believe in both of these statements, okay? Now, I get why Billie used this equivalency to prove her initial point, because I do hear these two statements said together as opinions by, within the same person sometimes, right? And I agree they cannot exist at the same time because, I'm going to use myself as an example, right? I personally, obviously, I would say I eat meat, right? But I personally would never say I love animals as some kind of all-encompassing statement. Unlike, let's be clear, the kind of generic bougie, usually lady, but it could be a dude, but that would say both of these things at the same time. I'd argue none of these people in reality, just like me, love animals generally. I'm not saying they don't love some animals, but they don't love the implied all animals, okay? That's a certainty. I've never ever heard of an average person talking about loving most insects or bugs, okay? Let's use mosquitoes as an example. Never, ever, ever heard of any regular person who's promoting living in harmony with, mosquitoes who are literally trying to drink your blood, okay, or slash life force. I mean, have you? Not to mention, okay, let's talk about mammals, right? Because that's the group I think people tend to talk about when they think of animals, nice and furry ones. Never heard anybody trying to maintain harmony with rats either. Have you? Would you enjoy getting the plague and killing your entire family? Oh, what? No? Then you don't love animals. Or certainly you don't love all animals. You just love the ones that are cute. Full stop. Now, I'm going to leave this last section just to rant about how absurd I find modern vegetarianism really is, okay? Now, I know I've talked about this before, but it's one of my favorite subjects. And today, I'm just going to concentrate at the incredible lacking in historical and biological perspective eating plants only is, okay? Human beings literally only behave smart enough to dominate on this planet because of the highly dense nutrition we get from, you guessed it, eating meat. To say it is wrong to eat meat or reject how our brains literally grew bigger because we didn't have to spend all day foraging ancient plant matter is, just ignorant of reality of how human beings, our ancestors, our forefathers and mothers got us to where we are now. Luckily, I don't really have to worry about it, okay? Vegetarianism is just, I think, a minority of humans rebelling against the status quo. It will never amount to anything because our bodies are designed to get the most calorie-rich food available. And that happens to be, fat from animals, okay? My really only hope for vegetarians is that they will create a separate branch of humanity. I hope that they will brainwash their children to also only eat vegetables. And hopefully in another 100,000 years, or maybe 1,000,000 years, okay, that their descendants will revert back to the much dumber version of humanity that we already have experienced in history, okay? Because, they're missing the ingredient that made human beings the brain powerhouses that we are. Yeah, sorry. In conclusion, do I love all animals? No, not at all. I don't even love all humans. What a silly thing to say, okay? However, I can't say these two statements, right? Not the ones that she thinks can coexist. Here's my two. I can say I eat meat, yes, and I respect animals, okay? And I'm implying here I respect all animals. That's for sure. I don't stand on some human moral high horse and judge a lady mosquito for sucking my butt blood because she's got babies to feed, okay? I don't judge a rat for spreading disease that doesn't necessarily affect itself because of course it would. Why would it care about a creature that's not itself? It's not a sanctimonious human celebrity after all. Anyway, eating meat, well, not morally wrong. It's not a right either, by the way, okay? It's not black and white. It's taken for granted in the developed world where I live, sure. But honestly, even here, it's a bit of a luxury, okay? Even more so if you look at humanity in general. Luckily, I know I don't have to worry about fighting the vegetarians for the future on this one because I know my side will win. Now, I'm not saying that a vegetarian individually cannot beat me up. I'm sure that can happen. But overall, at the species level, vegetarians are weaker, okay, mentally. And that's literally a humanity fact. It already historically happened. Plant-only diets or eaters are inefficient and was phased out millions of years ago. Yeah, so am I off my rockers? Please change my mind. Yell at me below. I've got an open mind. Until then, cheers, a la Perosian.